Good evening from Simmons Sports Center in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. This is Mark Rooney for High Button Sports. Very pleased to be joining you for game number 5 in the best of 7 provincial final for under 18 major girls hockey action between the visiting Western Wolves and the hometown Eastern Stars. The Stars holding a 3-1 lead. And I don't know if we would say the Stanley Cup is in the house, but the championship trophy and banner is in the house, as this is a potential elimination / championship game. It's been a close series, though. Reading the article in the paper this morning, you get the sense from both squads that this is an anybody's game. Competition has been tight. Goals have been at a premium. Goal scoring has been at a premium. A couple of 1-0 games. A 3-1 game. And one triple overtime game, of course, in Evangeline. That was wild. Braylon Walker with the winner there. And of note, Braylon Walker not in the lineup for the Eastern Stars tonight. So she has been a catalyst on the offensive side for head coach Blaine Fitzpatrick. So she will be missed. And on the other side, of course, Wolves will be led offensively by Kinley Duncan. Strong rookie performance from her. And the goaltending has been solid on both sides of the ice. Tonight for the Wolves in goal will be Peyton Crozier with a very, very strong 2.9 goals against average and a .917 save percentage. And at the other end of the ice, Grace Dunn coming in with just over 3 goals against average and an .896. Grace Dunn, of course, is a senior, and she's playing at her final year. No doubt wanting to put in a solid performance tonight. So we are all set to go here. We're very glad you're able to join us. And with the provincial title on the line, we are all set to go from Charlottetown. Just waiting for the Lions crew to maybe make a bit of a reparation to the net behind Dunn. Looks like doing a little bit of handiwork on the netting. Perhaps there's a hole there. And that is the reason for the slight delay. Heck, we've waited 15 days for Game 5. Another 30 seconds won't kill us. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Very glad you're with us for the ride. Here we go. Game 5 is underway. Wolves would like to get out to a big jump. They're a strong forechecking squad. Yeah, there's a turnover. This is Thomas. Shot be high, overdone, looking for the rebound. And Bradley is there to push it up the wall. Ellie Mullins gets it to center where it's turned back to the Wolves. Now some nice stick handling for Bella Fitzpatrick. Can't get through the last D. And this will be Caden's player all the way back in her own zone. Player takes a slight bump along the wall. Pushed back up by Waugh. And it'll be turned over. Now here's Duncan, the aforementioned rookie. That shot as high may have hit the stick of Maya Larkin. Not able to keep it in, but Hallie Murray will push it right back in after a delay offside. This is Myers able to get it up to Player and to McKenzie. She'll shovel it in forward. Crozier out to touch that up. Up the wall, Hallie Murray. Battle with Matheson here in the near boards. And it'll settle back down onto the stick of Crozier. Lead pass trying to connect with Murray. It'll be returned on to Citrome's stick. Now an errant pass. This will again get to Crozier. She'll tap it out to Finley Black here. She'll lose that temporarily. In front now. Here's a chance. Scoring opportunity. The puck is up. Crozier couldn't find it. It was 10 feet over her head, but it fortunately fell far enough in front that it didn't cause a problem. Back the other way is Kayla Mills in the corner. And there will be the first call of the evening. Referee Landon McCollum is going to call the hook. And this will be Macy Citrome, who will sit for 2 or less. And the Wolves power play will go to work. 14% in the regular season is their power play. And I think admittedly, Coach Marilyn Fortin would say goal scoring has been a bit of a challenge, but they have had strong goaltending as well. Stars will start their penalty kill off successfully. 87% is their success rate on keeping the puck out of the net when they are down a player. This is Maria McPherson. Now Brooke McGuigan, who can carry the puck as well as anybody. She'll cross the blue line, dumps it off to Aislinn McAdam. Shot right on it, hit a leg, oh boy! That just slipped wide as Dunn was heading right. That puck was sliding left. Another shot right on, blocker save. Hands out in front to meet that one. And 1 minute and 7 seconds remain on the player advantage. It will be Black here all the way back. McPherson, 15, not 5. Hallie Murray had a strong offensive season as well. Here's Murray. He has McAdam. Murray is stick check there from Bellaray Matheson. Nice defensive work. Into the corner, Callie McNeil, team captain. Shot high over the glove of Dunn. Now, one-time opportunity awaited, but nice move by Raina Fitzpatrick to get that the length of the ice, and with just 15 seconds left. The Stars may successfully kill this off. And this is Raina Fitzpatrick again. Just seconds remaining on the player advantage. And that puck is dumped in on Crozier. And the first power play of the game goes unfulfilled. Now here's a shot high. An excellent blocker save. Crozier scrambling to get back in the goal. Shot again. And that one went wide by Captain Ellie Mullins. Here's Gindon from the blue line, steered into the corner and out of harm's way by Peyton Crozier. Caden Thomas trying to make a break now. Wolves will make changes. And that one will be offside. Of course, both teams will be playing for the Atlantic Championship here in April, hosted by the Eastern Stars. Games played out of Simmons. And so, while both teams are guaranteed a berth, McGuigan now in the corner. Everybody wants to win this provincial title. This is Webster has got it up to McAdam, I believe. I'm sorry. That's indeed McAdam in the corner. It'll go back to Pino. She'll keep it in for the moment. The shot right on the rebound. A lot of kick on those legs, and Callie McNeil was ready to pounce on that had it been to her stick. That'll bounce in well past Crozier. And this is McGuigan. Loves to rush the puck. Slips that ahead. This is McAdam. That's turned over to player. She'll go rink wide to Bella Fitzpatrick. who hits McGinnis. Sophia Bell is out there, 18 with the club tonight. And the puck finds the stick of Stella Myers in center ice. Onside are the Stars, just at the blue line, kept in. They've got presence now in the offensive zone. Ellie Mullins. Backhand, and it's turned over. Comes. That's Duncan. No icing. Myers trying to shovel that up the far boards. Lutley back for it. Another of the seniors for the Stars. Nice pass right on the tape from Mullins. And Raina Fitzpatrick unable to catch up to that as she slides to the far boards, covered up by Peyton Crozier. Puck drop between Crozier and Murray. Mullins takes a bump from McPherson, and the Wolves will break it out. Falling on the play, Webster overskating it now was Gindon, and this is Murray trying to slide through. It's in front, side of the goal. McNeil trying to find a pass, it's there, shot! Grace Dunn, big save from Dunn. Wolves made something happen there. Dunn had the angle, shot right down. Waugh pinches in. Supported behind the line by McGuigan. Now that puck goes rink wide. And Waugh picks it up now on the right side. Stars have McKenzie. Tate Hansen, APing again here. This is Carly McGuigan. Trying to work behind the goal. Tied up there. And McGuigan battling her way through. Gets it onto the stick of McKenzie. Back to Fitzpatrick. She can't hold it in. This may be icing. And it will be. 12:26. Just getting started here. Great time of year. Lots of playoff hockey. And you can always tell it's springtime due to the excitement in the rinks and the snow and the unexpected chill in the air around Prince Edward Island. It's a sure sign it's late March. Hopefully warmer and finer weather to come. There's a shot, a screen one. It may have gotten McGuigan before it got to Crozier. This one will get to Dunn. She'll stop it with the stick and leave it. Cross ice pass. A dandy too. It'll get to Caden's player. She hits the blue line. Goes wide, trying to get a shot. The blade of the stick of Crozier pushes that out of harm's way. Sophia Bell now will dig for that. And that's Waugh in front of the Wolves bench. They're able to get that out to Maya Larkin. Finds Mullins, a nice poke check off the stick of Stevenson. Player with another one there to get through. And this is Maya Stevenson tied up by Fitzpatrick. And we will have a call as Crozier heads for the extra attacker. And now the Stars touch the puck, and it will be Raina Fitzpatrick, I believe, for a hold. As Stevenson was tied up on the board, so this will be power play number 2 for the Western Wolves. And we shall see if they can bend the twine first in this series, in this game rather. Back to Pino, cross ice, quick release. Not sure if Dunn saw that. She was well screened, but it went wide. Here's Pino. That's into the body of Lutley. Good shot block. This is my 4th game in 5 nights, so forgive me if the words are struggling a little bit. Fatigue starting to set in. And it'll go back to Pino. Fitzpatrick swings it around. Is going to be met there by Murray. Should be able to keep it in. Retains possession, does Murray. Into Stevenson. Nice backhand along the wall. Back to Pino, the shot, and a block from Mullins. It'll get to center, but no further. Now the Wolves, a little confusion on the change. Now a player is hit in stride. Finley Blackear able to get it up a little far for Thomas. Now Blackear's got a chance. Slot, shot, save from Grace Dunn. 43 ticks remaining on the player advantage. The penalty to Raina Fitzpatrick for holding. And Fitzpatrick had an excellent rookie campaign here. The Stars will lose 5. Dunn, Lutley, Mullins, Larkin, and I shouldn't have started counting because I'm fearful of forgetting one, and I'm afraid I have. I'll try to get to it after that. But the future certainly is bright with many returners, and I'm told the Wolves have 10 graduating, so there may be a bit of a rebuild from Cornwall West next season. 15 seconds left on the power play. We've passed the halfway mark of period 1. Still no score. Nice crowd in the arena this evening on a Wednesday night. And we're happy to be able to bring this to you if you're not able to be here in person. The penalty has expired. Richards able to get that through to Murray. Off of her stick, and Tate Hansen collides with with Pino. That'll settle behind the goal. Able to keep it in with the foot is Blackear. Spins it behind the goal. First to it there is Bradley. And Duncan digs for that. Bradley shovels it behind. McGinnis able to clear that, but only to center. And Pino forces the puck right back. Wolves making changes. This is Bella Fitzpatrick. She'll get that partway in. The Stars retain possession though. Matheson. This is McKenzie going to charge for that one. However, it will be icing. McKenzie unable to keep up to that. Now here's McAdam with a tough angle. Dunn was out to take that away. Best chance for the Wolves. Pretty balanced in terms of time in the other team's offensive zone. Wow. Centers it in front. Here's the backhand to redirect, and that was just off the stick of McAdam. Now backhanded, this may be icing, and it is. Couple of changes made on the icing, so those Eastern Stars will return to the ice. Well, that's just a bit of a defense mechanism for the rules not to use icings just to create a change. We talked about the low scoring nature. Stars scoring 3.1 goals per game as Crozier lets that settle into the corner, and the Wolves 2.1 goals per game. So there's not a lot to choose from, even though it is an Eastern Stars 3-1 lead in the series to this point. Games have been tight, super competitive, which is a great thing for under 18 female hockey here in the province. Mullins able to slide through, hit some traffic. Long pass, trying to get the home run there. Larkin stepped in front of that. And Webster giving chase. Pino to scoop that around to Blackyer. And now it hit Webster through center. Murray trails her, picks up the slack. It's in front. A nice defensive play to keep that away. Now the shot through. Dunn sees it and collects it. Wolves moving the puck around fairly nicely. Shovel the head, McNeil, leg save from Dunn. McNeil in front, here's a break, can they catch it? Dunn scoops it out. Oh boy, that's one of those leap and hope. Wow, what a sequence there as Dunn made like the flying Walenda to try to poke check that out of harm's way. I believe it was Thomas who did get a stick on it and chipped it over Dunn, but it did just go a little wide. So certainly in recent minutes, the bulk of the action offensively has been here. In Stars territory, Dunn low trying to track it. Lots of pressure here by the Wolves. Tied up in front of the Stars bench. Now it comes free. Fitzpatrick. Almost 15 minutes have been played. And Dunn will get the change for the Stars with the whistle. Peyton Crozier at the other end of the ice has been a little quiet in the activity. In fact, Murray's going to be asked to leave the face-off dot, and replacing her will be Kinley Duncan. Murray, spin, shot, hit a leg, hit a skate, Lutley skate. And the Wolves retain possession. McGuigan, but that's turned over. And the Stars now get into Wolves' offensive zone. It's McGuigan. Up to Duncan. The breakouts have been good for the Wolves thus far. That would be Gindon. Pushing it in, but turned over. Murray lost it at center to Ellie Mullins. Now Lutley. And again, Crozier with the stick. We'll push that out to the side. And here is Caden Thomas. Sidesteps the first check. Thomas has Duncan. Knocked away. It's a nice move there by Citrome to get the puck off of Duncan. Rink-wide pass a little too behind McGuigan, and it's turned up by McAdam. That shot off the stick of McGuigan. Citrone battling now. Comes to the side of the goal. McKenzie able to get it at least towards the blue line. Richards keeping that in. Now McAdam backhand. Didn't make it to Dunn in the goal. And the Wolves are all over the Stars in the last 5 minutes. They've done everything but score. Here's Richards. Now the shot's on net. It's a good one. Oh, how did that go through everybody? Kept in again. Coach Marilyn Fortin has to be happy with the Wolves' effort early on here. Dunn leaves it. And the Wolves were changing. Perhaps a good thing there. Gave them the opportunity to regroup. And the puck does go flying into the bench where some of the Stars staff are scurrying without the helmet protection. .305 is what we have left on the clock. And the Stars may be missing that huge offensive presence of Braylon Walker this evening. And here will be now the first penalty called towards the Western Wolves. When they touch it, this will be the Stars' power play opportunity. First of the evening. They've scored almost at a 1-in-4 clip. And we'll see if this will be the opportunity for the first goal of the game. Lutley Mullins player. Larkin and Fitzpatrick, of course. Bella Fitzpatrick, the 5th graduate for the Eastern Stars. I knew it would come to me. Mullins able to sweep wide. Mullins coming in. Tries to wait out Crozier. Crozier did a nice job. Now from her knees, Mullins tries to get the backhand. It's loose. Crozier's laying flat, trying to protect the goal mouth. Back to the point. Here's some action now. Kicked ahead by McGuigan. Fitzpatrick, a big shot. It's high and wide. Not gloved ahead. Decrees the referee. A give and go between Mullins and player. It'll get back to Fitzpatrick. Now to Larkin. The shot from the point. She fans on it. Inadvertently goes to Fitzpatrick. Mullins, a one-time shot. I'm not sure what it hit. Maybe a post. It took an odd angle. Now there's some action in the Wolves zone from the Stars. We've got a minute and a half to go in the period. 45 seconds on the penalty to Misha Pino. Fitzpatrick trying to find it in her feet. She does so. Nice stick handling. Now Fitzpatrick shot. Might have caught the blocker of Crozier. Trying to straighten her stick, so I assume it did make some contact somewhere. Larkin now with just 25 seconds. And McAdam able to backhand it. McNeil was looking for the send deep. Didn't get a lot on it. We're inside the last minute of play now. Mullins with a shot. Big block from Richards. It's wide. Mullins trying to slide it in the back door. Banging away at it. No call. And now there is. Really working the side of the net hard there was Mullins and player. Peyton Crozier with some calisthenics to keep the post in contact with her leg, foot, gear. And a successful stop for Crozier and the Wolves to hold this at 0. Shot right on, and Crozier sees that all the way. Nice glove. Made it look easy. 38 seconds remain on the clock. Here's Raina Fitzpatrick trying to go sharp angle. And Crozier had that door shut. McGuigan tried to backhand that over to Thomas. There's a loose stick. Now it's turned over. This is Kayla Mills. 20 seconds on the clock and ticking. Raina Fitzpatrick starts out for the Stars. She'll go wide. Finds McGuigan. And with just 7 seconds left, McGuigan for the Wolves. Not going to take any chances. That'll go deep. And period number 1 comes to a 0-0 conclusion. See if I can get the shots on goal for you. Before we check out for a short intermission as the ladies head for the dressing room. We'll get those to you as we start period number 2. Correction, I do have it. 12-12. And it was quite an even period. In fact, a big flurry on the power play by the Stars late made Peyton Crozier earn her keep tonight. And Dunn was solid, blocking everything in her way. So we'll step aside for the second intermission. Don't go far. We'll be back with period number 2. We are back for period number 2. All set to go. It was a great first period, no scoring. Number of chances at both ends. 12-12 are the shots on goal. Wolves came out hungry. Hungry like the Wolves, I guess. And they were unable to get one pass done, and a late power play for the Eastern Stars. Did not net anything, however, it did net some good chances. So we'll see what happens in period number 2. Game 5. An Eastern Stars win would close this series. The Wolves hoping to send it back to Evangeline. That would be on Saturday evening. Law back for it. Now in tight, Mullins backhand, trying to slip it through. They score! And it took 20 seconds in period number 2 for the Eastern Stars to find the back of the net. Ellie Mullins with some fancy stick work in front of Crozier. Made the initial save. The rebound was able to be slid past. And team captain and points leader Ellie Mullins does what she does and puts the home team up by 1 early in period number 2. Law trying to hold down Raina Fitzpatrick. She'll go through the blue line to Lutley on the wrong wing. Fitzpatrick now trying to center it. It's high. And it will be called on the high stick. Knocked down. How are you, Andrew? Raina Fitzpatrick draws the helper. Slammed around the other side. Myers first to it for the Stars in front of her own bench. Now the Wolves will get that into neutral ice territory. Picked up by Larkin. All the way over to McGinnis. Marie McPherson ties in with Sophia Bell. Good battle behind Crozier in the Wolves net. Referee's going to let them go. It comes free to player. It's centered in front. And back comes the Western ladies through center. Stevenson couldn't handle that pass. But Miley does. Follows that up. Now a battle in front of the Stars bench. Bell has it tied up there. The AP doing some good work. It'll go wide. Richards. And this is Thomas with a shot off the blocker of Dunn and into the netting. Behind her, 1-0 Eastern Stars. Stars, 2-time defending Island champions. And 1-time Atlantic champions, defending. So they have some pedigree. They lost some big guns, of course, last year. Just happened to notice some of them in the rink here this evening. Doyle and McDonald's. Citrome collects it at center. It'll go deep where this is Black here first to it. A lot on that. Finds McAdam. He'll try to break out of the zone. Chipped ahead. This is McNeil. McNeil slips through. It'll get to Dunn, and she'll easily bat that away. McNeil with the possession still. Chips it ahead, and Dunn with the glove save. Good job there by Callie McNeil to create a couple of scoring opportunities. was shot on net hit, and back comes Mullins. Excellent job from, there's a shot, a huge save from Crozier the one time. Oh my goodness! Peyton Crozier, are you kidding me? Wow! Oh my goodness. There's no other word but wow for that one. Oh my goodness. The first save off of Mullins, the puck went behind the goal, slipped in front, and then at the side of the goal in what would have assumed to be an empty net. And Crozier's right leg, just like a Eastern European gymnast, flew out of nowhere to make a huge save. And on the play, penalty to Brooke McGuigan, I believe, for slashing. We'll get the call here in a minute. That was as good a save as you would ever want to see. Stars rush derailed slightly by the linesman's skate. They will start again. That one's into the skate of Mullins this time, and she has the game's lone goal. Fitzpatrick's turned around and battle for it now. McNeil. Dunn will go out to sweep that away. McNeil picks it up on the penalty kill. Swings it behind. Wolves have done an excellent job on this PK to hold down the Stars. And we mentioned before in the regular season as Mullen chips that into the bench inadvertently, of course, scoring roughly 1 in every 4 opportunities. So every penalty kill against the Stars is a good one. Face off won by Eastern. They'll swing it around. Citrome takes possession. She's got some room to skate. Citrome will opt to go wide now. Hits the red line. Dumps that in. Crozier pushes it deep. Citrome, a tight angle. Trying to just get a redirection. They'll sometimes work. Hit a skate, hit a stick. Citrome, nice block from Maddie Richards. The Wolves will get to the red line. And first to it is Thomas. Right back in now. Here's Murray with a chance. Can't get through the Stars D. 3 seconds remaining on the clock. And the Wolves with another successful penalty kill. This will be icing, and the Stars will go down in their own zone. The Wolves with an O-zone face-off here, down 1 and down 2 games in the series. A little conference between the officials to determine the face-off. And this will be a neutral ice face-off. Referee explaining to Wolves coaching staff the situation. I'm assuming it's an inadvertent or a mistake on the icing call. That was Pino. Tried to make a rush. Had her stick. Check and lost the puck. Now Black here. Swings that wide behind the goal. It's going to be Hansen first to it. Slips it over the stick. And back for it will be Stevenson. Miley Stevenson leaves it in the corner for for Pino. That pass not able to connect. Now Stevenson right in front, tried to slide that through, and that was Webster. Back for it. Mullins, blocker save. Good tie up behind Dunn in the Stars goal. Comes back to McAdam. McNeil tries to backhand that. Didn't get a lot on it. And Dunn will collect that in the trapper. The whistle, 13:44 on our clock here on this Wednesday evening. Of course, lots of playoff hockey action on Prince Edward Island. Summerside Western Capitals. They're in a dogfight against their cross-strait nemesis, the Amherst Ramblers. In under 18 major boys action, just last night in Kensington, the Wild eked out a 2-1 victory against the Charlottetown Knights, and they hold a 3-2 advantage in that series. Winner of that will go on to represent Prince Edward Island at the Atlantics. Lutley's stick is picked off by McPherson. She finds Murray streaking across the blue line. Murray pushed wide by Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick ends up with the puck. She can skate it out. Able to get through one defender. Back the other way. Fitzpatrick, a shot. Wanted to go wide. Crozier with the blocker on it. Comes back to the point. And Matheson shoves that one into the far corner. Behind the goal, this is McPherson. Murray, now the Stars with some pressure in the Wolves zone. Stolen by Lutley. It comes back. This is Gindin, hit a leg in front. Rebound, hits another leg. Good blocks by the Wolves. They do not want to go down 2. A shot easily into the glove, handled by Matheson. Shot from Matheson, handled by Crozier. In under 16 AAA boys hockey action, the Eastern Dukes with a 4-1 victory right here at Simmons Sports Center last night. They have jumped out to a 3-0 stranglehold against the Western Rebels. And with due respect to both sides, that is probably a bit of a surprise. The teams finished second and third in the league, just 4 points apart. But it has been all Dukes in that series. Now here's in front. This is Hansen trying to get a stick on it. It'll go wide. Cadence player back to Hansen. She'll take a bump, and that will be a penalty call. This will go against Pino of the Wolves. So the Stars go right back to the power play. This will be their second consecutive here and in the second period. Lutley asked to depart. In her place settles in Cadence player. Behind his player with Mullins and Lutley. Defending her, McNeil. And the shot, a big blocker save. It pounced out. The rebound's there. Crozier regains her feet. Thomas gets it, but not out. Fitzpatrick. Redirect. Oh, another huge save as Lutley, I believe her player was right on that doorstep. Holy cow, what a great save again by Crozier. That shot didn't see Crozier. Now that went wide. Mullins has McGuigan on top of her. Now the Wolves able to get it, but just to the blue line. Fitzpatrick. Mullins. Will be behind the player. Goes back to Fitzpatrick. Swung around to Larkin. Hard shot, and that just went wide. And the Wolves finally get themselves a little breathing room. 57 seconds left in the penalty. Bit of a collision call. Confusion behind the goal. No harm has come from it, though. That was a little more interesting than the Stars wanted it to be. Roughing the call. It's sometimes a bit of a rare one. There's a shot from Raina Fitzpatrick. Fans calling for a hook on the Wolves. And now we will see another penalty. This one will go for interference. And I believe this will be Raina Fitzpatrick. So just 8 seconds remaining on the power play for the Stars, but those 8 seconds will be, of course, nullified by the infraction. And after that, the Wolves will go to the power plays, needing one to tie here as we are past the midway mark of period number 2. On 4. McNeil draws in against player. Slipping away with it now, charging up the ice. Lots of skating room. Maya Larkin can't get through McGuigan. And now it is a 5-on-4 advantage for the Wolves. Swinging around the opposite way. First to it are the Stars. And they will clear the puck. A second consecutive roughing call. Don't know if I saw one all season. That might be an indication of how badly both teams want this. Stars have it tied up. McNeil digging in there for the Wolves. Oh, and that back pass just missed Murray, and the Wolves will have to retreat. Shoveled ahead by the Stars, tied up in neutralized territory. Wolves haven't really been able to muster much here on this power play. Now Murray's got a chance. On the backhand, it was knocked away. That was the stick of Larkin. Dunn makes the save, but they score. The rebound was there, and the Western Wolves have tied it at 1. A power play marker. And that is Hallie Murray, the Wolves' latest hero. Heroin. And we have ourselves a dandy game as we thought we would. Dunn made the initial save. The rebound was loose. Murray was able to find it. Now Murray is being escorted to the penalty box. And to be honest, I missed that. But whatever the situation was, it looks like the Stars will go back to a one-player advantage, 5-on-4. So it's been an interesting sequence of events. And now Coach Marilyn Fortin here in the explanation. When I know, you will know. The goal counts. Murray's on the board. And Murray is also in the penalty box. Now it's going to be 5-on-4, so I'm only surmising that there is maybe a 10-minute misconduct there. See, again, didn't see it, not sure what happened. We'll at least get the description. If I can't give you much more than that, I apologize. It is indeed a 10-minute unsportsmanlike misconduct. They will play 5-on-5. But the goal scorer for the Wolves will be lost for the remainder of this period and approximately 2 minutes into period number 3. Now here's McNeil with a chance, a shot. Can she get a rebound? Backs in. Dunn stayed steady on that one. Battle behind the goal. It comes free. McGuigan trying to get there, and here's her shot. Dunn, big save. The rebound is in. Dunn has it. Couple of key stops from Grace Dunn, without a stick, in fact. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't intense before, it is now. Knocked out. McPherson has it on her stick. She'll get it deep. Myers will be first back for the Stars. Backhand finds the stick of Mullins. She'll break through neutral ice. Ellie Mullins works wide. Shot away. That was also wide. Raina Fitzpatrick throws that to an empty wing. Mullins is there for it, however. Ludley chips that around. And this is Stevenson. Bangs it around behind for Richards. Richards tries the home run pass. This may be icing. No icing. Good rush by the Stars. Raina Fitzpatrick. And no icing. This one will be indeed. Some clarification on the unsportsmanlike to the goal scorer Murray, apparently after the goal. And of course they would cross paths in the bench in the second period. Bit of an altercation there with the Stars player on the bench, and that drew the unsportsmanlike. So valuable goal and perhaps costly penalty, losing Murray for the rest of this period and some of period number 3. Now it's dumped in. We're almost at the 15-minute mark of period number 2, and it's 1-1. Back the other way, Hansen. Duncan had it taken off her stick, and this is Caden's player. She's trying to slide past Black here. Now through McNeil. Player still with possession. It's in tight. Knocked away at the last second from Callie McNeil. Strong defensive player is Captain Callie McNeil. Now McNeil's content to backhand that out. Looks like a tired Wolves shift right now. And McNeil heads for the bench. McGuigan picks that up in front of the penalty box. McGuigan works wide. She's held up there nicely by Waugh. And this is Webster. She'll get to the hash marks, but no further. Pinching in is Gindon. Black here, backhands that to Stevenson. Stars now with some pressure. 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Onto the stick, shot! The rebound is loose. First big save from Crozier, rebound was there. That was a turnover to Raina Fitzpatrick. Mullins tries to tip that out of midair. In fact, she does so. Great hand-eye coordination. However, she tipped it just wide. That would have been pretty neat to see. Pick that one right out of midair. Fitzpatrick to Fitzpatrick. Mullins. Oh, redirection, and it's in. Well, that hit a stick in front of the Wolves netminder, Crozier. And it took about a 45-degree redirect and past the able Wolves goaltender, and it is 2-1. I believe it may have been off the stick of a teammate. I think Mullins may get credit for the goal. And here come the Stars again. Hansen shot hit the leg. Settled behind the goal. Now the Wolves find themselves in a catch-up position yet again. So it is Mullins who put the initial shot on goal. I again believe it hit a Wolves stick, redirected past a helpless Crozier. Blackyer sends that ahead, can't get all the way through to her intended target, Stevenson. All sorts of pressure now. That one just slipped past the goal. The Wolves are lucky perhaps on that one. All sorts of pressure now by the Stars. They have two and they want more. Caden's player with a stick lift. Gets it back to Bradley at the point. Here's a chance for Stevenson. Can't escape the long reach of Bella Fitzpatrick. She'll go wide. Big stick save from Crozier. Bell can't get it out. Kept in by McAdam. Wolves need a little switch in momentum here. The ice has been tilted for the last few minutes in favor of the Stars. Larkin will pick that up. Cross ice pass finds Bell. Bell trying to slip through, and McGuigan makes a nice defensive play. Now she's off and running. McGuigan took it off McGuigan at center ice. Now Duncan trying to slide through the D. Kinley Duncan working 1-on-3. And two of the better offensive performers on the ice, Duncan and Mullins, are tied up. Last minute of play here in period number 2. Eastern Stars with a 1-goal lead. That redirected again past the net. So the Stars are shooting and looking for some tips. And their second goal was just that. Now the Wolves to relieve some pressure. I don't think we'll see icing on this one. And we will, in fact. 39 seconds to go. That shot, not sure if Crozier saw it. Fortunate that it was lofted over the top of the net. Down to the final 30 seconds. And it's been all Stars here the last few moments. The Wolves may do well just to escape these 20 seconds. Now the Wolves trying to just tie that up and get into the dressing room down just the 1 goal. And that's exactly what they will do. As we are at second intermission time. 2-1 Eastern Stars on a goal by Ellie Mullins on the rebound. On the redirection. Dunn and Crozier both playing whales of games for the respective teams in the goal. 18-9 in the period for the Stars. Those are the shots on goal. I'm going to step away for the second intermission, and we'll be back very soon to catch third period action. Can the Wolves come back to grab game number 2? Will the Eastern Stars prevail again for a third provincial championship? Come on back and we'll find out together. We are back for period number 3 from Simmons Sports Center in Charlottetown. Mark Rooney with you here on High Button Sports. Will this be the last period of under 18 major girls hockey before these Atlantics? Can the Wolves stretch it into game 6, take it back home? 20 minutes to find out. Goals in the second period by Hallie Murray to tie it up. And there's Crozier again for a steady Eddie stop. 11 seconds in. And then with 3:39 correction to go, Ellie Mullins with a shot from the slot that hit a stick from the Wolves and slipped past Crozier, and that's where we stand. 2-1, Eastern Stars. Mullins being bothered by McNeil. She crosses the blue line. Raina Fitzpatrick. Short angle shot there. Now this is Thomas trying to slide through. She scored the only goal in the Wolves 1-0 victory in this series. Lands back to McPherson. She floats one in. That gets Lutley. And Lutley gets enough on it to clear the blue line. Mullins dumps it into Richards. Well, she'll take possession and start out. Trying to find Duncan just away from her. Kicks it ahead. Bella Fitzpatrick now in the near corner. Goes across to Larkin. Duncan swings around the net, giving chase for the puck, and Fitzpatrick. Intercepted by Stevenson. Backhanded in by Webster. And with Claire on top of her, Pino had to be careful. She'll get that in. That one bounces under the glove of Grace Dunn. Of course, off target. No harm coming. Picked up neatly by Stevenson and back the other way. Wolves had a great offensive start to start the game. Lots of pressure on the Stars. It's been a very competitive game. Goaltending has been outstanding. And yet again, offense has been at a premium. Will one goal hold up? That was on the goal line. It's in! Side of the goal. That took a freaky bounce up and over the glove of Crozier. And a little break for the Eastern Stars early in period number 2. And a bad bounce for the Western Wolves. Puck came to the side of the goal. Possible to tell how it got so high in the air, but it floated over the glove of Crozier. And the Wolves now will call their timeout, will they? No. Certainly a conversation between the Wolves bench and the referee. Potentially looking at a hand perhaps on the puck before it crossed the goal. So the coaching staff and now the referees will get together and look at this. I shouldn't say look at it literally because we don't have the availability of review. But they're going to call it a good goal, I believe. And the goal stays on the board, and it's 3-1 now, Eastern Stars. Charlie McGuigan credited for that goal. Helpers from McKenzie and Matheson. And this is Brooklyn McGuigan. She's taken down by Matheson. No call there. We'll go back the other way. Ginden backhands it up to Mullins. Onside, Fitzpatrick. Back for it there is Webster. And Murray is back on the ice after her 10-minute unsportsmanlike. And Raina Fitzpatrick, she'll take a sharp angle shot. Crozier with a nice leg save. And now Webster. This is going to settle in. No, picked up by Fitzpatrick fans on the clearing attempt. Onto the stick of Sister Raina. Now turned over. Wolves need lots of shots. That one won't get to Dunn. And Fitzpatrick starts out. Back the other way. Makes a move wide. Trying to get a backhand attempt in, and it's picked up by the Wolves, and away they go. Coming back the other way. This is Nick Furson. Four minutes and change played in period number 3. Black here will dump that in, and that may go for icing. It will, in fact. Another icing call. This one will send the Wolves back into their own zone. They need to get a lot closer to Grace Dunn and the Stars netminder, as they are down 2 now. Tied up on the wall. Unable to free it either side. Now comes to Larkin. And Crozier will watch that go into the trapper Mitch. And we'll get another third consecutive face-off in the Wolves zone. In an attempt to clear that, McGuigan hit her own teammate. Now it's picked up. Citron with a shot. Crozier stands her ground with a nice blocker save. Love the sound of that. Thomas able to backhand that across. Can't catch McGuigan on the fly. And Citron will bank that in deep. Past Fitzpatrick. She'll be first to it, though. Nice hustle from Raina Fitzpatrick. Cross ice. There's the shot. Doesn't get through. It's in the corner past the stick of Lutley and McGuigan. Able to get that to the line and out. Wolves push back again. 13:44 on the clock. Still loads of time for 2 goals to tie it. Wraparound attempt. That was Fitzpatrick by Fitzpatrick. And a hard shot absorbed by Waugh. She is limping, but now the other way. Duncan, can she tie? Can't tie up Grace Dunn. And Dunn with the leg save. That was a great opportunity for Duncan and the Stars to crawl back within 1. On the rebound, looking for the shot. Fan out of Murray. Big save done. 2 big ones. In tight. Wow, those were dandies. We've reached the 7-minute mark of play here in period 3. It's now 3-1 Eastern Stars. Of course, championship season is in the air, and the Stars looking to close out the Wolves tonight. Wolves desperately trying to send this one back to Evangeline on Saturday evening. Were that the case, we would have the call for you here on High Button Sports. That one's going to be off a stick and high. Flies into the opposite corner where McGuigan. Nice pass into Bell. It was off her stick and Mills starts out. That's ahead to Stevenson. He's bearing down. It will be icing. This is Myers with some hustle for the Stars to get back and get it back down to Wolves territory. Gets to Larkin. Got to pass Mills, who tried to knock it out of the zone. Now there's another tie-up. Good battle for it. Mills comes away. Stevenson. And leaves it for the speedy other Stevenson. Mills trying to get a swing on it on the side. Now we're trying to wrap it in. That's through the crease. Thomas is in there battling, and Bell clears that up to center to Raina Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick will go 1-on-3. She'll take a little bump. She'd back up. $12 minutes. Sorry, less than that. Excuse my clock for not starting. Inside 11 minutes to go now. A furious second period, and the place has slowed a little bit here in the second. Now here's third, rather, Thomas, and a nice defensive job by the Stars D. Battle for it. McGuigan's going to get there first, no question. He's got Hansen giving chase. Now Blackier starts back behind her own goal. As Hansen chasing her, able to get it out. Caden's player first do it for the Stars. And it'll go back. Now turned over. Offside. Just a hair. McPherson had some good speed. Teammate was just inside, however. Guinness gets it up to player with a shot. Crozier again, steady with the glove. We'll have that. We've passed the halfway mark of this third period. As mentioned earlier, the Atlantic Championships are underway here April 2nd through 4th. Probably 5th, excuse me. That'll be the Sunday with both of these teams in competition. Great job on the forecheck. Now it's turned over. The Wolves, of course, are going to have to take a few offensive chances at this point. Richards bumps that ahead to Webster. Murray follows up the play. She's the lone goal scorer. Can she get a second? Duncan's in deep. Lutley, however, will come away with it. This is McGinnis now. She's forced wide. McKenzie, forced wide. And Brooke McGuigan loves to lug the puck. Here she comes. Red line, blue line. Bounces out of Dunn's glove. The rebound was there, and she was ready for the rebound as well. So that was a good look from the Wolves. On Thursday, April 2nd, the Wolves will see their first action against the powerful Rockets. It's a 1 o'clock start, and the Stars will play 7:30 that evening against the Rockets. So both Island teams seeing their cross-the-bridge rival. Now Duncan shot right on. That was McAdam. Another steady save from Grace Dunn. All games will be here in Simmons Sports Center. If you're in the area, coming out and support the teams as they crown an Atlantic championship. This is perhaps offside. Player was in before the puck. Tried to pull that in behind her. There will be streaming, however, it will not be by High Button, so I can't give you any more details really on that. But if you're not able to be here in person, you will be able to watch it on some streaming service. Now Murray. Wolves need two. Nice move. Stick handling around. Murray opts to pull up. Back to Richards. Shot. Oh, boy, that nearly did what the Stars goal did. And it redirected wildly. Now Murray again. Can she get the backhand through? Done with a leg save. Pressure now. Inside 7 minutes to go. The Wolves need two. Slips over the stick of Richards. Wolves will have to reset. And I believe that will be offside. Pino will be back for it. Backhanded out. Pino now has got some speed. Onside, forced wide by Fitzpatrick. Pino's in front. Wolves with a couple of good chances now, late. And they need two. Chipped ahead Lutley. Again, it's been a tight series for goals. Everyone very precious. McGuigan hits Mills. Mills goes wide. Attempts to center. No, and off a leg. And Fitzpatrick able to do the job, and all we needed to do there, says Coach Fitzpatrick, I could see his expression was to get that out. Mullins rips that around. Who's going to get first to it? Can it be McAdam? Thomas now. 5.5 left on the clock. Here's a chance. Just trickled wide of the goal. Picked up by Pino. Sends it right back in. The Wolves still offside. In an offside position, of course. Delayed. Now they can enter. Player's going to be first to it. Runs into some snow, does the puck along the bench. That happens as the players create a little bit of build-up as they exit the ice. Now players still with the puck. She goes down in a pile with McPherson. Four and a half minutes remaining. Stars still by 2. They would be content to eat up the clock along the boards, getting it tied up. Murray now, she's the lone goal scorer for the Wolves. She's out there with Duncan, top point getter for the Wolves this year. Now the shot, that's hit the leg of Larkin. So a big block from the Stars veteran defenseman. McGuigan finds Duncan. Can she split the defense? Here's Duncan with a shot. Blocker save. It's up high. Cleared into the corner by the Stars. We're inside 4 minutes to go. There's a shot hit Mills. And Dunn has it. The Wolves shot hit their own teammate. The rebound swallowed up by Grace Dunn. And now Wolves bench will call their 30-second timeout. Perhaps a little motivation speech, perhaps a little rest, perhaps a little offensive strategy. Perhaps get key players on the ice. Assistant coach David Chisholm working the coaching board. Three and 3/4 minutes remaining here. Stars trying to win a third consecutive title. The Wolves trying to send it to game 6. The net is empty. Mullins might just finish it here. Ellie Mullins scores. Penalty on the call. That will be negated by the goal. And it's now 4-1. And a 3-goal lead is pretty tough to come back from. Not impossible, of course. Crozier will go back to the net. Mullins with her second of the evening. Now alone in front. Big stop from Crozier yet again. Low with the stick. Myers can't keep it in. And this will be icing. .304 on the clock. Stars and their fans can taste it. Rebound. It's low. Crozier's got an eye on it. Comes back to Myers. Slings it across quickly to Larkin. That's a heavy shot. And hit a stick and lands up into the protective mesh over the glass. So again, if this game score should hold, this will do it for this provincial series. A very competitive series, all games in fact. Great article in the Journal Pioneer today. And everything they said about it was true. Hard work from both teams. Solid goaltending, my goodness, and some spectacular goaltending. In fact, but goals have been at a premium. They've been tight games. There's a shot that hit a leg. Oh, Dunn stretches out for that one. Another redirection. And this will be a heavy hit against, I believe, McPherson. That was Bell in trying to get a goal. That bounces over, and there is a delayed penalty. And now just 2 minutes and 6 seconds until the Wolves will touch it here. We will get the penalty. I believe it's on McPherson. Indeed it is, as she has that guilty skate to the penalty box. This is body contact, fairly obvious call. And now 120 seconds is all that separates the Eastern Stars from their third consecutive title. And they will have the player advantage. Crozier, oh, another remarkable leg save from Crozier, wow. Boy, I wish my 57-year-old goaltender body could move like that. I'd find a few more pickup ice times. People would be calling me instead of me calling them. Goodness, Peyton Crozier. Goaltending at both ends of the ice, been just spectacular. $190 seconds remain. 190 seconds remain. A minute and 30 is where we were going with that. Cross into center ice now. Stars content to maintain possession. This is Lutley. Offside is the call. Back forward is Fitzpatrick. On her tail is Thomas. It's centered in front. Nobody there to claim it for the Wolves, however. And we've hit the... Now we may have a penalty. A head contact call. And this will go against the Wolves, Thomas. So they will go down 5-on-3. Excuse me. Thomas thought she was guilty. I thought she was guilty. It will now be 4-on-4. Don't believe everything your eyes say. And a 4-minute head contact to Bella Fitzpatrick, so she will spend the last portion of this game in the penalty box. As 58 seconds on the clock. And the Eastern Stars will get ready to celebrate what will in all likelihood be a 4-1 victory and a 4-1 series victory. And just 30 seconds on the clock. The Stars bench is on their feet. And a huge congratulations really to both teams for an excellent series. What a show they put on night after night. 2-1-0 games. Very competitive, strong goaltending at both ends, and this will be yet another penalty. This will be McGuigan. A tripping call as she heads to the penalty box with just 8 seconds remaining. So a flurry of penalties in the last minute and a half, really. So the scorekeeper has been busy tonight. Again, congratulations to both Western Wolves players and coaches and staff, and to the soon-to-be 3-time provincial champion Down East Auto Parts Eastern Stars, Coach Wayne Fitzpatrick and staff, and that will do it. The Eastern Stars are champions yet again. They mobbed Grace Dunn, who had a super strong game in the net. Again, both teams will be off to the Atlantic Championships starting here on April 2nd, correction. And that will be something you'll want to be able to watch either in person or online. And a nice moment down in front of goaltender Peyton Crozier. A tough loss for the Western Wolves. They played their hearts out game after game after game after game. There's no shame whatsoever. They should be very proud of their efforts and the season that they have had, making remarkable gains in the program. And now the best tradition in sports, the handshake at the end of the series. And let the celebration begin for the Eastern Stars. And they are an excited group. Well, we have a moment. This will be my and High Button's last broadcast for the season for under 18 Major Maritime Girls Hockey League action. Thank you for allowing us into your devices. I was going to say living rooms, but you could be in the car or anywhere else, in the office perhaps. It's been a pleasure to be a part of the broadcast team here this season. My first with High Button, and hopefully not my last. We've enjoyed it a tremendous amount. And it's great to be introduced to under 18 Major Girls Hockey action. Just announcing that April 2nd to 5th dates for the Atlantic Championships held right here in Charlottetown. And we'll now have presentations. So silver medals being presented here now. And Peyton Crozier, she had herself a whale of a game tonight. Maddie Richards, strong stay-at-home defenseman. Kayla Mills, forward. This is Kate Waugh. I understand a late addition to the team. Misha Pino, a strong defenseman. Hayden Thomas again scored the lone goal for the Wolves in their victory in this series. Hallie Murray, always strong contributor on offense. She scored the lone goal this evening. Brooke McGuigan, smooth skating, strong defenseman. And a feisty Maria McPherson. Miley Stevenson and team captain Callie McNeil. Number 19, of course, Maya Stevenson following suit. And strong rookie Kinley Duncan is next in line. Aislinn McAdam. And Alexa Aiken. Again, another strong goaltender in the program. The head coach, Marilyn Fortin. Congratulations for a strong effort coaching these girls. What a season they've had. Grace Dunn, tonight's winning goaltender. She had some big saves. And Josie Gindon. Just a first year, Gindon. She'll be back, of course. Stella Myers, also first year. Getting lots of valuable experience, and Caden's player will be a leader on this team next year. Brooklyn McKenzie, another first year. Hopefully I have my data right. Raina Fitzpatrick, one of the best rookies of this season in the league. Macy Citrome, 12. Lutley, graduating. And he's made a lot of memories here for the Stars. Carly McGuigan will be back. And Autumn Bradley. Big brother Hudson putting on a show for the Amherst Ramblers. And there is Bella Fitzpatrick in her third and final season. Caitlin McGinnis again. And Maya Larkin. The Larkin family's here in attendance tonight. Bella Ray Matheson getting her gold medal. And Tegan Young, who was, and when her opportunities were there, she certainly played a strong. And Allie Mullins, team captain. This is associate affiliated player Tate Hansen and Sophia Bell. They both contributed valuable minutes. So the Susan Dale Trophy is in the house, and the Hockey PEI Provincial Champion banner for under 18 major female is in the house. And the leadership group from the Eastern Stars will be called forward to receive this. And then you'll hear the cheers. Mullins, Larkin, Fitzpatrick, Lutley. And the team is just ready to burst. Once the requisite photos are taken. And again, congratulations to the Western Wolves as they skate off. They're not done for the year, though. They will be back for the Atlantics. And here are the Eastern Stars. Champions yet again, 2025-26. We'll stay with you for the team photo. And then I'm going to have to get my tired voice to bed. Can't do much about the mesh there. Hopefully you can see the ladies and their smiling faces. Ladies and gent. And there you have it. The Down East Auto Parts Eastern Stars, provincial champions. 4-1 victory tonight, 4-1 series victory. So that will do it from Simmons Sports Center, home of the upcoming Atlantics. Thank you for joining us all season on Under 18 Maritime Major Girls Hockey League action. Been a pleasure to be able to bring this to you. For High Button Sports, my name is Mark Rooney. Thanks for joining us. Have yourselves a wonderful Wednesday evening, and congratulations.